Hi, this is John Rosenhead, a Jerusalem psychotherapist. So this week's Torah and Psychology post for Pashat Beshalach, we're going to look at the monumental event of Kriyas Yamsuf. And Kriyas Yamsuf, obviously, we know was this moment, this event where the Bnei Yisrael were seemingly up against a barrier, the barrier of the sea, where the Yamsuf was in front of them, and there was the barrier behind them of the soldiers of the Egyptian army riding after them. Seemingly they were stuck. They had no options. Both in front of them and behind them, they were faced with danger, life-threatening danger. And there was no hope, seemingly, of being able to escape and get out of this situation. But as we know, there was Kriyas Yamsuf, the sea split, and the Bnei Yisrael was saved by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, by this amazing wonder of this nace that HaKadosh Baruch Hu performed. And significantly, the Pasuk says that after this event, the Bnei Yisrael understood and had faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Moshe, v'ya'aminu b'Hashem u'v'Moshe avdo. And the significance of this pasuk, and in particular the juxtaposition of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Moshe Rabbeinu, is what we're going to discuss in this week's post. Because what we see is that the events of the Kriyas Yamsuf tapped into this primary belief and faith and trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in divine providence, in the relationship that they had with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But not only that, there's also a connection and understanding of believing in Moshe Rabbeinu. And there are many different explanations in terms of what is the connection of the juxtaposition in this pasuk. And one major thought is this idea of amunas chachamim, of the belief and understanding in the special qualities of the chachamim, of our rabbanim, of our great Torah leaders. That we need to understand that there is a particular position and role of the chachamim in every generation. That they are there as a guide to lead us and direct us, to give advice, and also to give halachic clarity over the right way to conduct ourselves by in terms of keeping the Torah and mitzvahs. And this connection between Hashem and Moshe is explained by the Sfas Emes to mean that the Bnei Yisrael first and foremost had a belief in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This was inherent within them. It may have been deep down, but on a deep level, this was a primary belief in connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that is what led to having a faith and trust in Moshe Rabbeinu. But moreover as well, by having faith in Moshe Rabbeinu, then there's a reciprocal dynamic here. It strengthened their faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu as well. Amunas Chachamim is this idea that there are people who, because of their Torah knowledge, because of their devotion to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because of their understanding of a Torah life, belief in having a relationship with them, following their guidance, is a way of also strengthening our own Amunah as well in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we see this dynamic of, as the Sfas Emes explains, by having this inherent belief and trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then strengthens the trust in Moshe Rabbeinu, and that in itself comes back on itself to strengthen and elevate even more a faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What we see coming out of this, which we can relate to psychology and psychotherapy, is this understanding of beliefs, which we're going to relate to as the idea of inherent, integral, deep beliefs or schemas that a person has. And amunas chachamim, or the role of Moshe Rabbeinu, can be related in a sense to a therapeutic process and a therapeutic relationship with a therapist. That when a person is struggling, they have a sea in front of them, a barrier, they have an army behind them, a person is struggling in their life, and they don't know how to get out of this situation. Sometimes they can have, what a person needs to do is go through a process of being able to really tap into, identify their own deep beliefs that they have. Sometimes a person can have a schema which is maladaptive, which as a schema, as a deep belief, we understand that this has a negative effect on a person's thought process and the way that they behave. And these are deep thoughts and beliefs that are developed from an early age, which then in adulthood can have perhaps a negative effect on the way that a person views themselves, views their world and other people, that they're not good enough, that they can't, certain understandings that you have to be a certain thing in order, you have to be whether it's brave or you have to be funny in order to be respected, for example, just certain schemas and thoughts and beliefs that can be deleterious to a person's functioning in their life. What we want to do here in therapy is to actually rework and challenge these beliefs, maybe to create, not necessarily to create new beliefs, but to tap into a person's deep thoughts and understanding the beliefs that a person actually has, and to create a more adaptive understanding of them, of themselves and of their world. This is what schematherapy does. And by doing this, we take the dynamics and understanding of what the Sfas Emes presents. A person has these deep beliefs that can be adaptive and can be tapped into, but sometimes you need the therapeutic process, you need the relationship, and understanding that somebody can help you, can guide you through this. And together, through this therapeutic process, with the relationship with a therapist, can help to unravel and understand and tap into a person's deep beliefs, and can be reworked in an adaptive way that's, at the end, as the Sfas Emes says, it strengthens even more these initial thoughts and beliefs that a person had, that they were deep inside them, but perhaps needed to be reworked and reattuned. So we can take this, the Aminu B'Hashem of Moshe Avdo, with the explanation of the Sfas Emes, and understand how this can be actually can be related to the therapeutic process and the relationship with the therapist. Have a great Shabbos and keep well.